Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. News 7. It's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. That quote, often shared in moments of reflection, fits perfectly when remembering Diane Keaton, a woman who filled every frame of her life with heart, humor, and meaning. Diane Keaton has passed away at the age of 79, leaving behind a legacy that stretched far beyond the screen. She died peacefully following a brief illness, surrounded by loved ones. Her absence is already deeply felt in the hearts of film lovers and fellow artists everywhere. Her unforgettable performance as Annie Hall wasn't just a career-defining moment, it was a cultural shift. With a floppy hat and fearless wit, she won an Academy Award and changed how romantic comedies were written, performed, and remembered. Before that, she had already made a mark as Kay Adams in the Godfather trilogy, bringing depth and nuance to a role that remains unforgettable. Over 5 decades, she stepped into more than 60 diverse roles in films like Reds, Marvin's Room, The First Wives Club, and Father of the Bride, embracing both comedy and drama with equal grace. But it wasn't just her talent, it was her spirit. Diane was known for her quirky charm, striking honesty and elegance that never tried too hard. Her personal style inspired millions, while her passion for storytelling elevated every project she touched. Behind the scenes, she mentored young talent and passionately supported the arts. Her direction work, including the intimate documentary Heaven, showed a thoughtful, introspective side of her creativity. She received countless honors, from a BAFTA and Golden Globes to the American Film Institute's Life Achievement Award. But perhaps her truest reward was the enduring love of her audience. Reactions to her passing speak for themselves. One colleague shared, "Diane didn't light up the room, she became the room. We all wanted to be near her light. She is survived by her children, a part of her life she cherished most. Her warmth and laughter live on through them, and in each performance that continues to move viewers, old and new." Today, Diane Keaton's story shifts from the screen to our hearts, but her voice, her presence, and her impact remain. Tributes to Diane Keaton. There was a warmth in John's music that you could feel, even before you knew his name. Those words from longtime friend and bandmate Justin Hayward capture what so many felt through the music of John Lodge. At 82, John Lodge peacefully passed away, surrounded by family and familiar melodies from his youth. A gentle spirit and creative force, he helped shape the sound of a generation as part of the pioneering band the Moody Blues. More than a bassist, singer, and songwriter, he was a storyteller with a guitar. Joining the band in the mid-60s, Lodge sparked a new chapter for the Moody Blues. His songs like Ride My Seesaw and Isn't Life Strange became anthems of the progressive rock movement. With sweeping arrangements and thoughtful lyrics, he helped define a sound that blended rock with orchestral beauty. Over the decades, the Moody Blues sold over 70 million albums and were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Lodge's lifelong dedication to music was recognized with numerous awards, including the Ivor Novello for outstanding contribution to British music. His solo efforts also found a loyal following. From Natural Avenue in the 70s to his final album in 2023, Lodge kept creating. His work with Justin Hayward and Blue Jays further cemented their musical bond, one built on mutual respect and shared dreams. Offstage, John Lodge lived a life of faith, family, and kindness. Married to Kirsten since 1968, he was a devoted husband and proud father of Emily and Christian. Known for his humility and generosity, those close to him often spoke of his large heart and quiet strength. His family shared that he slipped away listening to the music that first inspired him, the Everly Brothers and Buddy Holly, a fitting farewell for a man who gave the world so much sound and soul. Fans across the globe mourn his loss, but his music continues to echo through concert halls, headphones, and hearts. His journey may have ended, but the song plays on. Tributes to John Lodge. Number 5. Tommy's rhythm didn't just keep time, it created it. That's how Joan Jett once described the drummer who brought fire to every stage he stepped onto. Thommy Price passed away at age 68, following a brief illness. His loss is felt across generations of fans, musicians, and friends who knew his beat before they ever met him. He was the pulse behind some of rock's most unforgettable moments. Thommy powered hits like Scandal's The Warrior, drove the thunder on Billy Idol's Rebel Yell, and spent 3 decades as the heartbeat of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. With precise timing and raw drive, Thommy brought life to every song. Starting his career on the road at just 16, his drumsticks would later echo in some of rock's most iconic bands. From the 80s through the 2000s, he wasn't just playing, he was shaping the sound of an era. Fans might remember the glare of stage lights and pounding drums at a Blackhearts show, but those who knew him remember the laughter backstage. He was a warm soul with sharp wit, always quick to lend a hand or tell a great road story. His talent drew the attention of legends. Thommy shared studios and stages with Debbie Harry, Roger Daltrey, Blue Oyster Cult, and more. His collaboration with Qasim Sultan birthed the project Price to Sultan, showcasing his voice as a songwriter too. Still, it wasn't awards or applause that defined Thommy. It was heart. He inspired young drummers, supported his friends, and stayed grounded even when the spotlight followed him. Billy Idol called him a force of nature, both in music and in life. Joan Jett wrote, "He wasn't just our drummer, he was family, a drummer's drummer." Thommy is survived by his loving wife Stefani, daughter Brooklyn, and a musical family that spans far beyond bloodlines. His rhythms may have quieted, but his beat will never fade. In every chorus, in every backbeat, Thommy Price lives on. Tributes to Thommy Price. Number 4. This is what I believe. That we are all a part of each other, and that any harm done to one harms us all. Susan Griffin. Susan Griffin's words captured the depth of her belief in justice, healing, and connection. A pioneering feminist thinker, a poet with a fearless voice, and a visionary who helped redefine how we see the world and each other. She passed away at the age of 82, peacefully in Berkeley. Her loss is felt deeply by countless readers, students, and fellow activists around the globe. For over 5 decades, Susan shaped contemporary feminist and ecological philosophy. She wrote more than 20 acclaimed books, works that blended poetry, history, and personal reflection to reveal the hidden roots of violence, oppression, and environmental destruction. Her groundbreaking book Woman and Nature became a cornerstone of the ecofeminist movement. In it, Susan linked the degradation of the environment with the silencing of women's voices, sparking a new path for both activism and thought. A Chorus of Stones, a finalist for both the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Critics Circle Award, offered a meditation on war and memory unlike anything before it. And with her Emmy-winning play voices, Susan proved that even the stage could carry the weight of truth. Her essays opened eyes and started conversations that hadn't yet been dared. Rape, The All-American Crime was among the first feminist works to address sexual violence openly and urgently. She was more than a writer. Susan was a mentor, a guide, and a fierce advocate for peace. She inspired generations of thinkers, teaching at Stanford, UC Berkeley, and the California Institute for Integral Studies, always encouraging her students to write from the truth of their lives. Colleagues remember her wit, her generosity, and her fearless integrity. One former student wrote, "Susan didn't just teach us how to write, she taught us how to see." Her honors included a Guggenheim Fellowship, a MacArthur Grant, and awards from the National Endowment for the Arts. Susan's work lives on in libraries around the world, in the hearts of activists, and in the pages of the books that dared to ask the hardest, most human questions. She is survived by a wide community of family, friends, readers, and admirers. Her papers now rest at Harvard's Schlesinger Library, where her voice will continue to resonate. Tributes to Susan Griffin. Number 3. Worship, work, win. Few words capture a life quite like Sister Jean's inspiring motto. Jean Dolores Schmidt, better known simply as Sister Jean, passed away peacefully at the age of 106. A life defined by faith, education, and joy, she uplifted generations with her steadfast warmth, deep spirituality, and unwavering hope. Born in San Francisco, she entered religious life as a young woman and spent over 80 years in ministry and education. Her devotion to young people brought her to Catholic classrooms across California and Chicago, and ultimately to Loyola University Chicago, where she became a cherished figure for more than 6 decades. But it was in her role as chaplain to Loyola's men's basketball team that Sister Jean became a national treasure. From heartfelt pregame prayers to courtside smiles, she bound together athletics and faith with grace, humor, and heart. During Loyola's unforgettable basketball run in 2018, she captivated the nation, not just for her age, but for her spirit, wit, and devotion to her players. "I pray they do their best," she would say of the team, "but I also pray they become good men." Awarded the Sword of Loyola and inducted into the Loyola Athletics Hall of Fame, Sister Jean's accolades were many, but what truly defined her were the quiet moments, mentoring students, leading prayer circles, starting service programs, and greeting everyone with kindness. She inspired not just games, but lives. Loyola University President Mark C. Reed shared, "Her presence was a profound blessing for our entire community, and her spirit abides in thousands of lives." Sister Jean passed away following natural causes, surrounded by love and prayers. She is remembered with deep affection by the BVM community, Loyola alumni, and countless students who carry her lessons forward. In her passing, we lose a joyful soul. But her legacy, shaped by grace, guidance, and laughter, will forever be part of Loyola and beyond. Tributes to Jean Dolores Schmidt. Number 2. Era una sonrisa eterna, y eterno será en nuestro corazón. These words from Jimmy Shaw's agent, Elena Lázaro, echo the deep love shared by those who knew and worked with him. Known for his charm, warmth, and versatility, Jimmy left a lasting footprint not only on screen but in the hearts of colleagues and fans alike. He passed away at 59 after a brave 3-year battle with pancreatic cancer. In those final years, his determination to keep living, acting, and laughing inspired a community that rallied around him, most notably through a crowdfunding campaign led by actress Cristina Castaño. "Pocas personas he visto luchar por la vida como él," she wrote. Born in California and raised between Boston and Los Angeles, Jimmy took his first steps into acting in the U.S., appearing in shows like Sisters and Will and Grace, but it was Spain that truly embraced him. Initially moving there to learn the language, He soon became one of the most recognizable faces in Spanish television. He brought unforgettable characters to life in beloved series like Águila Roja, Velvet, El Ministerio del Tiempo, and 30 Monedas. Audiences especially remember him as Matthew in the popular sitcom La que se avecina, a role filled with humor, heart, and boundless energy. On film, he explored powerful roles in acclaimed titles like Tom of Finland and El Hombre de las Mil Caras. His ability to shift between comedic and dramatic work made him a standout across genres. Off-screen, Jimmy was known for his kindness, quick wit, and a smile that could light up any set. Director Laura Caballero said it best. Jimmy seguirá siendo para todos nosotros pura energía y el recuerdo más bonito de lo que significa vivir realmente. Jimmy leaves behind not just a decades-spanning career, but a legacy of joy, artistry, and deep human connection. Though his fight with cancer didn't end the way so many hoped, his resilience and spirit brought people together in unimaginable ways. The joy he gave won't be forgotten, nor will the light he carried. Tributes to Jimmy Shaw. What's trending on the internet? News 1. Imagine being out on the water with friends, enjoying the sunshine and the thrill of a fishing trip. That's exactly where a 14-year-old boy in Australia found himself, but his adventure took a sudden turn when he was bitten by a shark. The incident occurred while the teenager was fishing with his friends, and he suffered a bite to the chest. The young boy was rushed to the hospital and is currently receiving the care he needs. This incident is a vivid reminder of the power and unpredictability of nature. Despite the challenges faced, the strength and resilience of this young boy and his community are truly inspiring. As we reflect on this event, we're reminded of the importance of safety and vigilance when enjoying the great outdoors. But more than that, it's a testament to the human spirit's capacity to face adversity with courage and hope. The boy's bravery and the support of his community will undoubtedly be remembered and honored, serving as a source of inspiration for many. News 2. You know what's amazing? Despite all the rumors, music legend Dolly Parton is doing just fine, and she's proving it with a big smile. Recently, there were some concerns about her health, but Dolly is reassuring her fans that she's not going anywhere just yet. She's temporarily postponing some of her shows to focus on her health, and we're all rooting for her speedy recovery. Dolly Parton is an icon in the music industry, known for her incredible talent and generous spirit. With a career spanning decades, she's inspired countless fans with hits like Jolene and 9 to 5. Her dedication to her craft and her community is truly admirable. As she takes some time to prioritize her well-being, we're reminded of the lasting impact she's had on music and beyond. Dolly Parton will always be cherished for her remarkable achievements and her enduring legacy. She's a shining example of resilience and passion, and we look forward to seeing her back on stage soon, spreading joy and music to her fans everywhere. Her story is a reminder that with determination and a positive attitude, we can overcome any challenge and continue to inspire others along the way. News 3. You might have heard about the incredible story of a young girl from Ferndale, Wales, who captured the hearts of many with her remarkable resilience. At just 8 years old, she overcame odds that many thought were insurmountable, surviving open-heart surgery and battling through pneumonia against the predictions of medical professionals. Her journey was a testament to her strength and spirit, inspiring all who knew her story. Sadly, this remarkable young girl recently passed away, leaving behind a legacy of courage and determination. Her family and community are celebrating her life and remembering the impact she had on those around her. As we look back on her journey, we honor not just her achievements, but the hope and inspiration she shared with countless people. Her memory will continue to uplift and motivate others, reminding us of the power of perseverance and the enduring legacy of a life well lived. News 4. I notice you've asked me to visit a specific URL, but I'm unable to access external websites or links. The search results I have available describe a different story, about a Chicago man reuniting with his dog after 10 years, not about a deceased dog being returned to owners. Based on the search results provided, here's a narration-ready script about the reunion story. A Chicago man is celebrating an incredible reunion that seemed almost impossible after a full decade of waiting. Ed Light never gave up hope of seeing his beloved poodle mix Pete again after the dog likely was stolen 10 years ago. Ed would tell anyone who'd listen how much he loved and missed his furry companion, always holding on to that hope that somehow, someday, Pete might find his way back home. That miracle finally happened when Pete was discovered running loose on a busy street corner in Hammond, Indiana, nearly 20 miles from where he disappeared all those years ago. A local animal care facility picked him up, and while Pete was wearing a collar and tags, the person listed on those tags didn't want him back. But here's where the story takes its wonderful turn. The staff contacted the microchip company, and through that microchip, they reached Ed, who was absolutely over the moon to learn his dog had been found after so many years. Ed says Pete is older now, with a different energy level than he remembers, but the love between them feels as fresh as yesterday. He describes himself as still floating on a cloud from the reunion. This weekend, Ed is throwing a proper welcome home party for Pete, complete with cake, so his daughters can meet the dog they barely remember from when they were little girls. Ed isn't dwelling on where Pete was or what happened during those missing years. What matters most is that his little buddy is finally back where he belongs, and they'll treasure whatever time they have left together as a family once again. News 5. As we reflect on the power of community and the resilience of the human spirit, let's take a moment to discuss some of the remarkable stories that have captured hearts and minds recently. In a tragic yet thought-provoking case, a woman was discovered deceased after her 2 dogs became desperate for food, leading to a heart-wrenching situation. This story reminds us of the importance of caring for both humans and animals alike, and the need for local communities to look out for one another. In other news, the community in Auburn has come together in support of Gyeongyi Mas, a jogger who was mauled by dogs while out for a run. Her courageous journey toward recovery has inspired many, and neighbors who helped her during the attack continue to show their support. The incident led to a settlement, emphasizing the responsibility we all share in ensuring safety and well-being in our neighborhoods. Moving to a different part of the country, Miss Diane Branch, a woman from Georgia, has been charged in connection with the tragic death of an elderly neighbor who was attacked by dogs. This case highlights the importance of responsible pet ownership and the need for communities to work together to prevent such incidents. These stories remind us that even in difficult times, the power of community and compassion can shine through. Let's honor the memories of those affected and continue to foster environments where care and support are always available, ensuring that everyone is looked after. Number 1. You will always be my favorite person in the whole world. I love you, and I will always love you. These were the words of actress Mariana Avila, remembering the man who stole the hearts of thousands with his music and smile, Fede Dorcas. Fede passed away at just 29. The news came as a heartbreak to fans across Latin America, where he had become a rising star in both music and fashion. He died unexpectedly, just days before his anticipated TV debut. Born in Argentina, Fede first caught the public's eye as a model, but it was his leap into music that revealed his soul. Songs like No Eres Tú and Cara Bonita made their way into playlists and memories, quickly becoming fan favorites in Mexico and his home country. In 2024, everything changed with Instinto. His debut album wasn't just music, it was emotion, growth, and pure storytelling. He filled venues with lights and energy, selling out 10 shows, a proud moment for any artist. People followed Fed for his voice, but they stayed for something more: his honesty, his warmth, and his fearless creativity. Whether sharing travel clips, fashion shoots, or behind-the-scenes moments, he made you feel like you knew him. He wasn't just another voice in Latin pop. He was a genuine spark. He had that rare gift to connect, to be present, to make others feel seen. His upcoming spot on Las Estrellas Bailan en Hoy, performing with Mariana Avila, was meant to show a new side of him. A dancer, a partner, a dreamer still climbing. That spotlight now feels dimmer. Today, artists and fans alike are paying tribute, remembering not just the artist, but the human behind the hits. Fede Dorcas left too soon, but he left meaning in his songs, his stories, and how he made people feel. He may be gone from the stage, but his voice will echo on. Tributes to Fede Dorcas. The measure of a life is not in its length, but in the way it lifts others. Susan Kendall Newman lived by this truth, uplifting through story, service, and compassion. She passed away at age 72, following complications from chronic health conditions,